So the fourth track on the album is called Postcard, and it was really fascinating. So when I was recording my first album, Past Lives, I was sat up at the piano, ready to record Wild Honey was the track. I was getting ready to play the intro, which is the piano intro into that. And while I was getting ready for the producer to tell me, hey, we're ready to start recording, he and the engineer were working some things out. I was just playing this riff over and over, which is the riff that you hear in the song. And it was just like, wow, this is really catchy. Like something about it stuck, and I thought, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna use that later. And so when we were coming to record After the Apocalypse, this album, I pulled that idea out and I said, all right, what can we use here to go along with that? How can we expand on this one idea? And so in my head, originally I heard strings, like a nice kind of flow to it with the strings, nice, it's slow kind of arrangement. But I thought, no, let's see what we can do. Let's see what synthesizers we can run this through. And the first sound that we got when we ran it through software was the sound that you hear in the opening of the song, which is a kalimba. And I just remember looking at the producer and saying, that's what we're going to use. That's the opening. It was just one of those happy accidents. And then after that we thought, all right, what other sounds can we run this through? Because it's a good lick. It's a good riff that I think it really never gets old. Because what we also did was 3/4 of the way through the song we decided to change the key. Because when I was originally playing it, I was playing it on the white keys on the piano. But then I went up to, took that and then went to the black keys and was playing it on the piano. And that was the key change that you end up hearing in the song. We ran it through a few synthesizers, I don't know, I think it was like 3 or 4, because I wanted to see what, feel this would get, what sound that would get. We also used another riff entirely, which if you really pay attention and you really listen to it, you're able to decipher that. The idea of, why is the song called Postcard? Was it even talking about? If you think about it, postcards in like today's world are not really used. They're kind of a thing of the past. But at the same time, it's kind of also something that's used every day. This is something that people used to send to family members, friends, from, hey, I'm on vacation, like, look at me, look what I'm doing. And in a sense, that's what we do pretty much every day with social media now. People are letting everybody everywhere know what they're doing, who they're with, where they're going. And so this song is written from the perspective of somebody that's kind of just been through a breakup. And they're trying to move on with their lives. They're going out, they're going to parties, they're hanging out with friends, they're putting themselves into social situations again. But at the same time, in their mind, that all they can think about is, this person that they're not with anymore. Yet they don't need to, while they're thinking about them, this character doesn't really need to think too much because he can see what she's doing and who she's with, where she's going, and that's really where it came from. He's trying to forget about her and move on, but at the same time, he can't, because he keeps not only thinking about her, but he's seeing her face everywhere. Because he's pulling up and seeing it on Snapchat and Instagram and all these stories that whether it's hers or whether it's other people's. So it's like he can't really escape her and he can't avoid her, and really I think in general it's just kind of an analogy for social media. So yeah. Thank you for watching. My second album, After the Apocalypse, is available everywhere.